those who don't know, this is Elder Amoja Ajabu, your host for Ajabu Speaks. This program serves a dual purpose. It is also the political education class for the Black Panther movement. So that makes me your professor. There's one thing that you got to understand about your professor. Your professor is a Pan-African. That means that as a Pan-African, he does not, I do not, define myself from where I was born, which was the United States of America. I define myself from where I'm from, which is the continent of Africa. You got to understand that your professor is unbought, unbossed, and unafraid of the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the butt naked truth. We have a guest today, par excellence, from Burkina Faso, and she is recruiting teachers. And I'm going to let her tell you all about that. And the sister that I'm speaking of is Sister Makini Tchamani. She is the superintendent of schools in Burkina Faso. My sister, how are you doing this day? Can you hear me?
Good. Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, okay.
And
go ahead.
I'm doing well. I'm very happy to be here.
Thanks. So what I want to do is get out of the way and just give you the floor to tell the people about the school and what you are seeking and what you're offering, and see if we can bring Pan-Africanism from rhetoric to reality. So the floor is yours.
Thank you very much. I would like to again introduce myself. My name is Makini Tchamani, and I am currently in this meeting in Burkina Faso, Ouagadougou, the capital city, where we have a K through 12 primary and secondary school by the name of the African American Academy. It is an international school that has been operating in Burkina Faso since 2018. The African American Academy is an international school offering American and British diplomas. We also have a campus in Douala, Cameroon, that follows the same system. So what I'm going to be talking about today is our Teach for Africa program. Our Teach for Africa program is a program that was put in place to offer opportunities for graduates, recent graduates, or graduates that have already obtained their undergraduate degree and would like to have some international exposure, experience outside of the United States. The Africa program is a volunteer program because we are offering those that volunteer an opportunity to work and live in a country within Africa that is going to be remunerated in the local salary, in the local currency, not in US dollars. And so we call that a volunteer program because you're coming into a country, getting to know that country and culture, but also working within an environment where English is the language of instruction. So the Teach for Africa program has been in existence since, I say it's over 15 years. And we've had graduates from University of Houston, We've had graduates from some universities in Atlanta, Michigan, as well, that have come and benefited from this program. They've done 1 year, 2 years, and returned to the US to either continue their studies or be very clear on what they would like to pursue. And so we would like to continue offering that opportunity to youth, young graduates, recent graduates, those that want to get some international exposure and experience. What's the advantage for a person that recently graduated or an individual that is interested in traveling? You get an opportunity to, first of all, get outside of what you're used to and come into an environment that is different, but not completely unfamiliar, because the language of work is English, but outside of the school, there are other languages that are spoken. And you get an opportunity to get exposure to those languages and learn some of those languages. You also get an opportunity to work within an organization that allows you to see all aspects of that organization, not just the classroom, but also how management, how does the school function in these countries? What are the legal ramifications? What's necessary to run a school? So there's a business aspect as well that is very important. Those that have been able to do 2 years with us have gained a lot of exposure in terms of business and working within Africa. So those are some of the advantages. Of course, you get to meet other international and local colleagues, and you get to develop those relationships that are very important. It's very good for young people to see other youth that are working and network with individuals that are also interested in what you do and where you live, and see how you can develop those relationships. We also feel that the volunteers for the Teach for Africa, they have an opportunity to solidify their own career choices going forward, because you see other opportunities. When you're locked into, and I call it the rat race, and just looking at one aspect of life, you come to a country where you see other possibilities, other opportunities, and that broadens your perspectives. So I would like to invite those that would like to have more information about our Teach from Africa program, and even the possibility of connecting with young people that have come through the Teach for Africa program, either in the past and those that are currently working with it, so that they can share some of their experience. It is not a vacation. I want to clarify that point. This is not a vacation. You're not coming to Africa for a safari. You are coming to work with children. and to be able to teach and help and coach, mentor children. And so it does require you to understand that. We've had some experiences in the past where everyone was like, yes, or someone was like, yes, I'm coming. But it's like, well, I'm not coming to work. It is a work experience. You're coming to volunteer and you're coming to work within the school environment. And that's what we do. Monday through Saturday, we are working. And we understand that if Africa is going to move forward, we cannot pretend that we have enslaved anyone and that we have colonies. We are going to be working because we have not enslaved anyone and we have no intention of doing so. And then therefore, we are going to have to pull up from our bootstraps and work. And so coming here to this program, it is an opportunity to work. So one of the aspects that help you to understand how you would be able to manage here is that we're going to provide a living stipend. It is not a salary. It is a living stipend based on the local currency and what would be considered as a middle class income in this country. Very important to make that distinction. Within the package, which varies depending on the experience of the persons applying, you would receive a round-trip ticket from New York. So it would be your responsibility to get to New York. And then from New York, we would bring you in and return you to New York. We really prefer those that are interested in doing a 2-year program, but a 1 year is also accepted. And if you have some exceptional skills, 6 months would be great. Skills that you would like to share with our students. We also look at that stipend depends on also your experience, because we are interested in experienced teachers, those that do have certification, as well as those that do not, and those that have less experience, because we also train you on the job to be able to carry out your duties. And you go through a series of interviews to be vetted for this position, because it's not for everyone. It really is something that we have to see you are ready to make changes and you're able to adapt to change. But if you're living off of McDonald's and fast food, you're going to have a problem. But if you're willing to adjust to some food that is cooked by yourself or others, you'll be able to make it. And in addition to the round trip ticket, your stipend includes a housing allowance. That housing allowance allows you to be able to rent a space. It could be a space that you're going to be sharing communally with other volunteers, sharing common space, but having your own. And we also expect that in that living stipend, you would be able to have your transport or be able to provide yourself transport. And generally, we try to put you very close to the school, within walking distance. And then walking is something that you wouldn't be willing to do because it's something that we've done and we're not beyond walking. Also, there will be a travel medical insurance in the case that you get ill. But we want to know prior to the travel what illness or medication you are required to take. That is a very important information, and that information should not be hidden. But you would receive a travel insurance that in the worst case scenario, you would be able to be evacuated if you needed to. So, having said all of that, the African American Academy stands on 3 pillars: academic excellence. We feel that all children are capable of learning. Unfortunately, they don't always have good teachers. And we want to make sure that we're going to be good teachers for them to ensure that they are able to reach their very best. We also have the pillar of leadership and character development. We want our students to know that their leadership abilities must be reflected now, not when they graduate right now. And we start from preschool, having them to understand that. And then cultural pride is a very important element. So important that we expect our volunteers to reflect that pride that they have in being whatever they are. And our students are looking at our staff as models. So I'll give you an example. Our female staff are not allowed to wear wigs or weaves. They have to wear their own hair. We want our children to see your hair, your scalp, so that they know that you love your hair and scalp. It's very important because we know that the artificial aspects of presentations have gone to an extreme, and we want our children to see us the way we are and know that we love ourselves that way. So our curriculum in terms of our social studies is a program that was created by the African American Academy. However, other aspects of the program are general programs that you would find in a American school or British school. Our students are required to have their own laptops, but you also would be required to have your own laptop. It's a very important tool. We do a lot of things online, especially in secondary school. And we would like you to be able to benefit from that. So that is one of the requirements as well. So I've kind of gone through the program, and I hope that you will follow up with questions, and we will get those questions answered. I will also be leaving with you an email in which you would like to write to give additional information or to submit an application. We require that applicants send us copies or scanned copies of diplomas, degrees, certifications with their curriculum vitae, but also university transcripts. It's a very important element. We like to be able to see what are some of the courses that you've had that you may be able to teach in the school. So those are some of the basic information about our program. We go into more detail once we have received your application and we've started the interview process. It's not possible to give you every single aspect of the program in this format because it will depend on the applicant, their level of experience teaching, their subject matter that they are able to teach, the time in which you would like to spend in the program. It's going to all be affecting that package. So if you have any questions and you're not able to follow up with the numbers, you will reach out to Elder Ajabu and he will be able to put you in contact with us. Thank you very much.
Yeah, this is a question, but give that email. Give that email.
Okay. Okay, I'm going to give the email before I answer the question. Is there a way I can type it in?
So that, if you say it, then we'll type it in on this end.
I see it. I see it. I see where I can type that in. So I'm just going to type in my name, which you can see, but I'm also going to type in the email address.
Outstanding.
And it is a personal email address, so you can use that. Can you see that?
No.
I put that in the chat box. Well, I'll just
go. The question and we'll try to locate it on this end.
Okay, then. Let me put this down then and see if I can.
And let me even interact a little bit. Yamoji is the lady that I told you that was very interested in coming that way. And she's not credentialed, but she's got degrees in the medical science, you know. So this is her question, but I'm definitely want to put y'all together to see if there can be a relationship. So
okay.
The question is self-defense in your school?
Is there women's self-defense? Right now, our students are taking karate with an instructor. Students that are interested in our after-school program are doing that, and we also have staff members that are enrolled in that program. But it is completely something that parents decide and staff can decide to do on their own. It's not a part of the curriculum. It is an after-school activity.
Okay.
But that is a karate program. They're doing Shotokan, a form of self-defense there.
Okay, well, you had answered a question that in my discussion with Yamoja about being credentialed, and as I told you earlier, my granddaughter is also interested, and she's a teacher, but she said she won't be credentialed until May, you know, but she said that she was very interested. So we can really make this relationship, a Pan-African relationship, to where is that it doesn't make any difference where we were born. We can talk about where we're from and how we can operate together for the benefit of all. Is there anything else that you would like to share with the listeners before we let you go?
Okay. Basically, uh, as I think I mentioned earlier, that we are interested in those that are certified as well as those that are not certified, those that even plan to teach and those that don't plan to teach, because we all have something that we can share. And we should all have something that we are able to transfer in terms of our skills, something that we do well. And that's what we would like to give you an opportunity to show. You're going to be coaching children, young adults, but you're also going to be learning. And as we are in education, it's always a two-way street. There are no empty vessels here. So we're going to be giving and we're going to be receiving. And I look forward to talking and providing any additional information that anyone would like to have. All right. Thank you. Mhm.
Got to quit buckling under this psychological war that is steadily waged against us for us to be someone other than who we are. Put that flyer back up, please, Lee, so the people can see that. And my sister, thank you for your time. We're actually running up on that 30 minutes that we have allotted for this program. And so I'm going to close it on out. We were going to play, and we'll do that next week. We have a greeting from the Minister of Foreign Affairs that we wanted to play, but we'll do that next week. We're just running a little bit at a time. Sister has given you your walking orders. We'll get that email from her and put that on the flyer so that you can contact her directly, and then we'll let her know, or get her to let us know who is contacted so that we can stay in touch with one another. Thank you so much, and we'll be in touch. Do you have another question? Is there another question? Okay. Thank you so much, sis. Black Pie. You've been listening to Elder Emoji Ajabu, and you see that we moving. This is just not rhetoric. We're taking rhetoric and we're turning it into reality. We need your help. Nobody's going to save us but us. And we need your help. Don't forget this. If you got $1, give us $1. $1 a month. That's all we need. Unbought, unbossed, and unafraid of the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the butt-naked truth. We are Pan-Africans. We make our brothers and sisters' problems our problems and solve them together. We're not trying to be something that somebody else wants us to be. That's what happens if you go with the policy of where you was born. No. We're not going to go with that policy. We're going to go with the policy of where we're from, because we want to do things that are in the interest of our people, our country, our resources. Unbought, unbossed, and unafraid of the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the butt-naked truth. I'm ready. The question is, are you ready? Is there enough of us ready to where it's that we're ready to take our rightful place in the world order of things? And we understand that there's going to be a fight. And we understand that fight is for our minds. How are we thinking? If we think right, we're going to act right. We got to start thinking right. It's mandatory for us to think right so that we act right. My mentor, and let me give thanks to the war lawyer, Malik Zulu Shabazz. Thank you, my brother. But you know I ain't got but one question for you, and you know what that is. You ready?